Welcome back to the lecture series on digital signal processing. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about the Z transforms. So here it is the learning outcome of this lecture. After successful completion of this lecture, you will be able to analyze the Z transforms for the different types of signals as well as the systems. So we have to analyze the Z transforms for the different signals as well as the systems. Okay, so we will be able to analyze the Z transforms for the different types of signals and systems after completion of this lecture. Okay, what is Z transform? It is a powerful mathematical tool to analyze the discrete time signals. So the Z transform of discrete time signal x of n is defined as in the form of a power series, that is x of z. It is the representation of the Z transform of x of n. It is defined as x of z is equal to sigma n equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n z power minus n. So where z is a complex variable. So here are the examples of Z transforms. So for different types of signals. So find the Z transform of the following sequences. First one, it is x of n is equals to 2, 4, 5, 7, 0, 1, where the sequence is starting from n equals to minus 2. Because of here the arrow is there that indicates the value of x of n at n equals to 0. So next signal is x of n is equals to del of n plus k, where k is positive, k greater than 0, right? So coming to the first one, x of n is equals to 2, 4, 5, 7, 0, 1. Now we know that the formula for Z transform of the given sequence, that is x of n, it is x of z is equal to sigma n equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n z power minus n, right? Now we have to apply the values of n. So n is equals to here minus 2 to minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So the ranges are starting from n ranges is minus 2 to 3 only. That is x of z is equals to 2 into, because 2 x of n value 2 z power 2 plus 4 into z power 1 plus 5 into z power 0, that is 1, and plus 7 into z power minus 1, and here it is 0 into z power minus 2, then 0 plus 1 into z power minus 3. This is the Z transform of the given sequence x of n 2, 4, 5, 7, 0, 1, that is 2 into z power 2 plus 4 into z plus 5 plus 7 into z power minus 1 plus z power minus 3. So what about the ROC, that is region of convergence? So the ROC is entire z plane except at z equals to 0 and z equals to infinity for this one. Okay. So next sequence is x of n is equals to del of n plus k, where k is positive. So x of z is equals to sigma n equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n z power minus n. So that is k is only for positive values. Okay, like del of n plus k. We know del of n plus k is equals to what? 1 for n equals to minus k, 0 for n is not equals to minus k. So that is only 1 for n is equals to minus k, right? Now we have to substitute n equals to minus k, that is minus of minus plus. So z power k, x of z is equals to z power k. That ROC is entire z plane except at z equals to infinity. Okay, and 1 into z power k, because 1 the value is, and z power minus of minus, that is plus k, right? So next, determine the Z transform of the signal x of n is equals to 1 by 2 whole power n u of n. So So determine the jet transform of the signal x of n is equals to 1 by 2 whole power n e of n. So x of n consists of an infinite number of non-zero values. An infinite number of non-zero values. By substituting different values of n, it is extended up to infinity. That is x of n is equals to, if n is equals to 0, 1, if n equals to 1, 1 by 2, like 1 by 2 whole power 2, 1 by 2 whole power 3, and so on, 1 by 2 whole power n up to infinity. Right. So for this, we have to apply the jet transform. Then x of z is equals to 1 and n equals to 0 now. So 1 z power 0. 1 plus 1 by 2 whole power z power 1 minus 1. So 1 by 2 z power minus 1 and 1 by 2 square z power minus 2 and so on. 1 by 2 power n z power minus n plus and so on. Right. So now we have to write this one in the form of summations. That is summation of n equals to 0 to infinity 1 by 2 power n z power minus n. 1 by 2 power n z power minus n. That can be represented as sigma n equals to 0 to infinity. So these two terms can be represented as 1 by 2 into z power minus 1 whole power n. 1 by 2 into z power minus 1 whole power n. Okay. So this is in the form of a series expansion. 1 plus a square plus a cube plus and so on infinity. If a is less than 1, the GP will be 1 by 1 minus a. So for this also I am representing in the form of like this, by considering 1 by 2 z power minus 1 should be less than 1. Then only we can write the GP like this. So x of z is equals to 1 by 1 minus a form, where a is 1 by 2 z power minus 1. It should be less than 1. It should be less than 1. That is, it can be possible 1 by 1 minus a form. That is 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2 z power minus 1 is possible when 1 by 2 z power minus 1 is less than 1. So from that, z is greater than 1 by 2. That is the region of convergence, ROC. ROC for this, the problem is mod z greater than 1 by 2. So less than, it should not exist. Z transform will not be existed for this if it is less than 1 by 2. Right? So now coming to the concept ROC. What is ROC? That is a region of convergence. So what do you mean by region of convergence? It is defined as the set of values of z, the set of values of z for which x of z is finite. The set of values of z for which x of z is finite, or simply we can call it as x of z is defined. The set of values of z for which x of z is finite or x of z is defined, it is nothing but the region of convergence. Okay. So now we have to see the properties of ROC. The properties of ROC. So these are very important. So here the ROC should be always a connected region. It should be always a connected region. So later I will show all these things while doing the problems. Okay. So for a finite causal signal, the ROC is entire z plane except at z equals to 0. What? For a finite causal signal, the ROC is entire z plane except at z equals to 0. Similar way, for a finite anti-causal signal, the ROC is entire z plane except at z equals to infinity, opposite to this one. Okay. For a finite anti-causal signal, the ROC is entire z plane except at z equals to infinity. Next, for a finite two-sided signal means either it can be causal or anti-causal. That is, you can call it as non-causal signal. For a finite two-sided signal, the ROC is entire z plane except at z equals to 0 and at z equals to infinity. Except at z equals to 0 and at z equals to infinity. Other than that one, it is entire z plane, ROC. Next, for causal sequence. For a causal sequence, the ROC is the rightmost to the right side pole. the ROC is rightmost to the right side pole. We know poles are zeros. So that is the rightmost to the right side pole if the sequence is causal. Okay. Next, for an infinite duration anti-causal signal. For an infinite duration anti-causal signal, the ROC is left sided of the leftmost pole. So left sided from the leftmost pole. Okay. Next, for an infinite two-sided sequence, the ROC is a ring-shaped structure bounded by the poles. The ROC is ring-shaped structure, ring bounded by the poles. Next, so there should be no poles within the ROC. So there should be no poles within the ROC. These are the properties of ROC, that is region of convergence. Okay. So Z transforms for different types of signals. Here, these are infinite duration sequences. Infinite duration sequence Z transforms. So Z transforms for infinite duration sequences. And that first one is causal sequence. We know the causal sequence is defined only for positive type. Only in the positive type, right? So the given signal is x of n is equals to a power n into u of n. X of n is equals to a power n into u of n. So how can you say it is causal signal? It is u of n because of u of n. So we know that u of n is equals to what? 1 for n greater than or equal to 0, 0 for n less than 0. So the signal is said to be causal. That is, it is 0 for n less than 0. Then it is causal signal. Okay. But infinite duration signal or sequence x of n is equals to a power n e of n. So for that, what is the Z transform we have to find, and we have to find the ROC as well as, right? So x of z is equals to, we know that x of z is equals to, for two-sided Z transform it is from minus infinity to infinity, but here causal one-sided. So n equals 0 to infinity x of n, z power minus n. Then x of n is equals to what? A power n into u of n. U of n is 1 for n greater than or equal to 0, 0 for n less than 0. That is 1 into a power n. A power n will be there only. So sigma n equals to 0 to infinity a power n, z power minus n, which is equals to, it can be written in the form of sigma n equals to 0 to infinity a into z power minus 1 whole power n. A into z power minus 1 whole power n. Now, the Z transform for this one it is, because it is in the form of 1 plus a square plus and so on infinity, it is the form of GP. That GP is 1 by 1 minus a form. For providing what a into z power minus 1 should be less than 1, then only it will be applicable. 1 by 1 minus a z inverse. 1 by 1 minus a z inverse. So for a z inverse less than 1, so from that the ROC is mod z greater than a. Mod z greater than a, and this can be represented as 1 by 1 minus a z inverse can be represented as z by z minus a. 1 by 1 minus a z inverse. So multiply with z, multiply divided with z, then z by z minus a. That z transform is z by z minus a, and ROC is mod z greater than a, where a is the radius of that circle. So ROC, we have to draw the ROC here. So this is a circle with radius a. So ROC is greater than a. Greater than a means this is the ROC for the given causal sequence, that is x of n equals to a power n into u of n. Okay, that is ROC, right? Next, anti-causal sequence. Anti-causal sequence is only defined for negative type. Okay, so x of n is equals to minus b power n into u of minus n minus 1. U of minus n minus 1 is defined only in the negative type, that is defined from minus infinity to minus 1. It is 1, and 0 to infinity it is 0, right? So from that we know the jet transform expression x of z is equal to sigma n equals to 0 to infinity x of n z power minus n, right? So from this already we know b minus b power n e of n minus n minus 1 minus b power n u of minus n minus 1. So u of minus n minus 1 is 1 for minus infinity to minus 1, and it is minus 1 into b power n, that is minus into sigma n equals to minus 1 to minus infinity b power n z power minus 1. Now I am representing this one as, and by changing the limits, so here it is b power minus 1 and z power minus 1, that is minus of minus, here it is b power n and z power 1 into minus n, that is z power minus n, right? So here it is from minus infinity to minus 1 only. So entire x of z is minus of sigma n equals to minus infinity to minus 1 b power minus 1 into z power minus n. So by replacing n with minus n, then all the limits of the summation also will be changes. Okay, so the limits of the summation will be changes from n equals to 1 to infinity, then minus n will becomes plus n, just simply by replacing n with minus n. So here it is minus sigma n equals 0 to infinity b power minus 1 z power n plus 1. I am going to add 1. Okay, why? Because here already earlier the limit is from minus 1 to infinity. Here now the limit is 0 to infinity. 0 in the sense, if we include 0 here in this one, b inverse z power 0 is 1. So we have added 1, that is minus 1 we have added. So plus 1, that will be 0. So there is no change in the expression. Now 1 minus 1 by 1 minus b inverse z, this will be the 1 by 1 minus b inverse z. So for this case, b inverse z should be less than 1. b inverse z should be less than 1. So from that, mod z less than b. So ROC is mod z less than b. So by solving this one, we get 1 minus b inverse z minus 1 by 1 minus b inverse z, which is equals to, so b inverse z minus b inverse z by 1 minus b inverse z, there it is z by z minus b, that is x of z is equals to z by z minus b. The ROC is mod z less than b. Mod z less than b means we have to draw the circle with radius b. The ROC is less than b, that is inside that one, circle with radius b. This is ROC. Here it is the jet transform of the anti-causal sequence, that is minus b power n u of minus n minus 1. Okay, this is the jet transform x of z is equal to z by z minus b. ROC is mod z less than b. So this is two-sided sequence. Two-sided sequence means can be existed in both the negative and positive time. So for that, the same sequences already earlier we have considered. This is causal sequence and this is anti-causal sequence. So we know the jet transforms of those particular sequences already that we have calculated. That is a power n u of n is z by z minus k, and minus b power n u of minus n minus 1 is z by z minus b. These are the jet transforms for these two sequences. This is two-sided sequence. Okay. So what will be the ROC? Here the importance is ROC. What will be the ROC we have to find? So in this case here, for this one z greater than a, for this one z less than b. ROCs. Individual ROCs are for this z greater than a, for this one z less than b. So we don't know the values of a and b. Just for that, maybe a is greater than b or a less than b. There are two possibilities. So first possibility is a greater than b. A greater than b. So in that case, we have to draw the two individual ROCs. So A greater than B means first one for this one, ROC is Z greater than A. This is ROC. This is the ROC for the first one. Similarly for the second one, mod Z less than B, that is ROC is this one less than B, right? So based upon the value of A greater than B, A is greater than B. From these two conditions, is there any overlapping region? No intersection or overlapping region. So there is no ROC, and Z transform for this one, it is ROC does not exist in this case. Okay. Next, second condition is there. In this case, A less than B. A less than B means here A is there. This is A from the center. Next, this is B. So individual ROCs we know Z greater than A and Z less than B. So Z greater than A means like this. Okay. And here similarly Z less than B means less than this one. Okay. What will be the intersection region between these two is this one. Intersection between these two. Intersection region is these two. This is the region, intersection region. So the ROC for this problem in the case of A less than B is this is the intersection region. So that ROC is A less than Z less than B. ROC is A less than Z less than B in two-sided sequence. In the first case, that is A greater than B case, no ROC. In the second case, A less than B, that ROC is the intersection of these two only. Okay, that is A to B ROC. Okay, in the next lecture, we will discuss the properties of Z transforms as well as the Z transform for different types of LTI systems. That means we have to find the response of the systems by using Z transform like impulse response, step responses as well as total response, and also we have to find the what is system function. These all things we will discuss in next class. Thank you.